There you go, Kazakhstan playing Singapore. Kazakhstan known to be up and coming force in this Asian rugby circuit. Yeah. Watch out for their fast moving runners. They got the pace, they got the physicality, and Singapore tried to spark something up in that plate semi-final against Singapore. In fact, that involves Singapore and Sri Lanka. In that second leg, Yuzran didn't quite get the act together, but it was an endeavoring effort from the Singapore ladies.
It was a gutsy effort in Shaf, and they lost the game in the extra minute where Dulani scored that golden try and won it for Sri Lanka. As now we see the girls making it to the field. Kazakhstan wearing blue, and Singapore on your right. You can clearly see the physicality difference between both sides in Shaf.
Let's take a look at the two team cards. Here you go, Kazakhstan. Plenty of key names, but watch out for their number 7, Kundiaze. She's the speedster in this lineup. And also Singapore, Alvina Ovyang, the number 7. She's going to be their key player when they kick things off.
Singapore is ready to kickstart the game from right to left, and Kazakhstan will be on the receiving end. So there you go, the first whistle.
As Alvina Ovyang goes for a very deep kick, collected cleanly by Kazakhstan. Not the best of starts for the ladies in blue. Nigora knocking that ball on.
Kazakhstan will need to set things up, stay calm and composed, and hold on to possession. Singapore with the first scrum in their favor. Chiu Hong Sim with the put-in. Not a steady scrum, so the referee will want another scrum. This time looks good, and what a good counter scrum there by Kazakhstan. They've stolen the ball.
Here comes the big ladies from the Kazakhstan team. That's number 12, Lyudmila, and that's going to be the first try for Kazakhstan. Lovely running angle, end-to-end try from the number 12 for Kazakhstan. Lyudmila Kotakiv is the try scorer. That's 11th try this series. What a series she's having.
What a try in Shaf, and that's the beauty of 7th rugby. One mistake is all you'll need, and that cost Singapore quite a lot, as the conversion is successful. So
there you go, that's the running angle from that big number 12. You can't catch her. The number 6, Chang Jingyi, puts an effort, but she gives up. She knows there is no catching this lady when she's gone. So first try for Kazakhstan as they restart proceedings. Not the restart they would have wanted, but referees playing advantage. No, they'll bring back play for the free kick.
Singapore there, they weren't looking steady in that scrum right from the start, and Kazakhstan make them pay for it.
Here comes Singapore trying to go through the middle. Alvina Ovyang. Now comes Peyong, tries to go to the side, but illegally so on that breakdown. Referee says penalty in favor of Kazakhs. The Kazakhs take it quickly.
Not on the right mark though. They'll have to come back. What will Kazakhstan be looking to do at this from this penalty?
Kluchikova, inside ball, back to Kluchikova, collected by Veronica. Veronica sends that ball, not sure where she was heading with that one, as that ball goes into touch. And up next to Yuzran, we'll be seeing Sri Lanka playing Hong Kong. Hong Kong, of course, have seen the better of Sri Lanka in the past 2 occasions with 42-0 in that second leg.
Yeah, it's been like a curse in Sri Lanka. Keep falling to Hong Kong, and
meanwhile Singapore trying their best to spark something against this rather physically strong Kazakhstan team. Here comes the number 9, trying to go through the try scorer Ludmila. I think there is no way going past her, and here comes taken quickly once again from Kazakhstan. Space opening up the outside. This time it's number 1, Veronica. Will she have the legs? Yes, she will, and that's going to be the second try. There is a chaser from Singapore. She will not get there, and try number 2 for Kazakhstan.
Beautifully done there, Veronica. 5th try in this series for her, and there's no question there. She will be scoring more tries, and we know where that came from, as Nigora line up to add the extra 2. It will be a fairly easy kick for her. But this time misses out there in the conversion. So 12 points to 5. Kazakhstan on the lead.
There you go. That was the try scorer, Veronica Shefniuaga. No contest at all by the Singapore ladies. Here comes Yu Chang. Inside ball to Alvina. Alvina goes to ground. Singapore retained possession. Lovely work on the breakdown. Good cover defense coming in from Singapore. Space opening up. Singapore will need to get their passes right before they get themselves to a try scoring opportunity. So line out once again.
Kazakhstan showing some intense rugby there. That looked a bit high in shaft. And but the Kazakhstan defender lucky to get away with it. And the first line out in favor of Kazakhstan. Svetlana Kulichukova sends it out wide to the fly off. There you go, the try scorer. And Valzan Koshibaya goes under the post, scoring the 3rd try. She's taking a breather there.
She'll take all her time to give enough rest for her players.
And Balzan Koshibayeva scoring the 3rd try under the post. And 3 blows coming in quick succession for Kazakhstan as Nigora convert the try. 19 points to 0. Kazakhstan making it look so easy. There you go. Twisting and turning was Balzan. And touching down under the post. Neatly done there. Nigora. A high hanging kick. 1 bounce, and that's a forward pass there.
Very unfortunate. That could have been a 3rd try, in fact a 4th try scoring opportunity. 3 tries already for Kazakhs in this first half. So Kazakhstan and China giving out a strong opening statement. The Kazakhs were 3rd in South Korea, while they were 2nd in South Korea and 3rd in Hong Kong.
They were only down to Japan in that 2nd leg in, but they'll be looking to redeem themselves here in the final leg as Nigora looks to spark something up from this scrum.
Here comes the Kazakhs. Will they spark one last try? Running sideways is the Kazakhstan player. She'll send it off to Lidmila, and that's going to be the next try for Kazakhstan. Easy as it is. Ludmila clearly uncontested. 2nd try for her in this game. And what a wonderful running angle she's had.
We saw her scoring that 1st try in the far corner, and this time it's on the near side. Ludmila scoring her 2nd try after fending off that defender. But the conversion goes astray.
That won't worry the Kazakhstan team too much. There you go. Ludmila fends off. Out of my way, says Ludmila to Chang Jingyi as she scores her 2nd. So Kazakhstan on the driving seat in the second game as the referee blows for half-time. There you go, we'll take a look at the highlights of the first half. Lyudmila, that was her first try. No chance catching her. Chang Jing Lee, no chance at all. Lyudmila scored her first try and the series 11th. And this was the second one coming in by Veronica. This was try number 3. Balzan Koshibaeva. And this was the finisher. Wonderful playing by the big number 12, Lyudmila. So here we are in the second half of this Kazakhstan versus Singapore women's game.
Kazakhs looking ever so strong as we have fresh legs coming to the park. Number 11, Daria. She'll make it inside 4, Alina Askarova. A good high-hanging kick.
Collected by Singapore this time. Looking for space. Sending it to their speeds. She tries to fend off. There is no going past that number 6 of Kazakhstan. Good defense from Kazakhstan, but Singapore does well to hold on to that ball. Taken down, that was Pei Yong. Now spreading it out wide, puts in that little kick, and it goes into the hands of the try scorer, Balzan. Balzan tries to break through. Good defense from Singapore, but this time around, Singapore will need to backtrack themselves in time. Veronica Stefan Yuga going through, and that looks like it's a penalty for Singapore.
Holding on to the ball there, and Veronica was the culprit in that occasion. And Singapore getting their first real opportunity to get out of jail in this second half. And the first line out will be in favor of Singapore. They'll be looking to get some points on the board.
Clearly, the physical advantage is with this Kazakhstan lads. But Singapore, I think we've seen them running those fast lines, running those lovely running angles. And that's going to be something they'll need to look at. So replacements, fresh legs coming in for Singapore as the number 1, Pei Yong, leaves the field. Turnover on that line out, but it's a free kick for Singapore.
I think what Singapore has to do is play the way China did, see the space and send it out to the gaps, but a knock on. So Cardinal there and Kazakhstan counter-attacking now.
Space opening up, tries to run through the middle, but looks like it has been knocked on in that process. So referee will bring back play for the second knock on.
She tried to be sneaky there, but couldn't get away with it. There you go, trying to get away with it slowly. The number 7, Kunzai Patibayeva. Singapore will have to look for space and then pop the ball up, and the supporting runner will have to run in that perfect angle, just like how China did it. But that's what they're doing wrong, as Chiu Hong with the put in. She tries to go on her own, steps off 1, steps off 2, puts in the offload. Number 13, Chris Bell brought down just short And
taken quickly this time around Singapore. That was a high tackle. Referee says a penalty for Singapore. Here comes the number 6. Good defense from Karina Puskuova. Second penalty awarded for Singapore. Hong Sim did not take it from the mark.
Chiu Hong.
This time, here comes Singapore, desperately looking for that first score. Third penalty, and tackling man, not tackling person, not rolling away, says the referee. Now changes direction, gets it back, and meters close to that try line. But this is the physicality we've been speaking about. You cannot contest with that kind of physicality. That was number 10 for Kazakhstan, Balzan Koshibaeva.
She just ripped the ball out of the Singaporean's hand. And what good defense in these pressure situations by the Kazakhs. Nigora with the throw-in. Kazakhstan takes it cleanly. Nigora, quick pass. And now Kazakhstan looking to attack. Steps inside. Balzan sends it back to Nigora, who fends off looking for support. And she is brought down just out inside the 22, and it looks to be stolen, but illegally says the referee. Off the feet. So another penalty coming Kazakhstan's way, as Aigarim opts to go for touch, and Kazakhstan will be attacking from just 10 meters short of the 50-meter line.
There you go. That's the replay of that earlier move. It was a clear penalty. The Singapore player had her hands inside. So replacements again coming in for the Singapore team. Felicia Tao Ziong joins the field. Does not go right that time around as Alvina joins the Singapore team. And that's a penalty again. Clearly, the Singaporean team is struggling. And here comes the big runner, the number 6, Olesa Terayeva. There is no stopping to her.
Long strides, long hands. She had no problem getting there from the 50-meter line. It was just one run. Olesa, 4th try in this series. What a beautiful try. And once again, the physicality making the difference here, as Nigora lines up to take the conversion, and not successful.
So but let's talk about that try. This run, Olesa Terayeva, the number 6, the replacement. There you go. That was the initial break. Taken quickly by Balzan. Balzan sends the long pass, and number 6, there is no stopping her.
Aigurim with the restart, not cleanly collected, but Kazakhstan wins the ball back. Kunzai. Now, Balzan could not collect it cleanly, as she recovers it well enough for Karina to set things up once again. That's Kunzai. Offloads to Karina. Will Karina be able to go all the way? Looks like she will. She offloads to Alina, and Alina will go under this post, scoring the 6th try for Kazakhstan. Wonderfully done there. Karina doing the initial hard work, and Alina scoring her 1st try in this series. She'll be a happy lady, scoring her 1st try.
Wonderful hands. Alina Eskurova, the try scorer. And the 2 points is through, so Kazakhstan also on a heavy footing early on in this series. There you go. Look at that lovely offload, lovely running line, and Alina Eskurova finishes it off for Kazakhstan.
Igurim, a deep kick this time, cleanly collected. Singapore looking for that consolation try. Very untidy there at the breakdown, but Singapore winning the penalty, taken quickly by the number 13, Christabel. She puts the kick. Not the right decision. She should have held on to possession, but as this time
counter-attacking Kazakhstan, they have a play on the outside. She runs inside and outside. Will she have the legs to go all the way? Yes, she does. A wonderful try by number 11.
That's Daria there. What a try. She started off from the right corner and she finishes it off on the left side of the goal post. What a beautiful try there by Daria.
Daria Chekayova, the try scorer. Wonderful finish. 7th try for her this season. And to have a player like this come in the second half and bring in that extra gas to your team, that's such a relief for any coach who's run.
Yes, and that will be it in this second game, the third leg of the Asian 7 series.